Start. So for today, we have a different idea. I have a different idea. First, we're solving two lead code problems and one daily one, and the next a random one, and then we will be continuing as always with code courses. Why is that? Because I have to complete my daily question, and second reason is that I also need to progress on my lead code as well. It doesn't make sense as always. None of my words do actually. But yeah, we are so back. I'm excited. I'm excited once again. Mm, you are a world class problem solver and an expert teacher. I want you to listen to my liquid problems, queries, understand what I want to ask you, and then help me understand the problem and the pattern behind it, not just memorize the solution. That's your goal, to make me understand and make my understanding deeply interwoven with the truth. The truth is basically what is the right thing to solve a particular problem. Obviously, this is a shit prompt, but I am shit as well. So shit and shit complement each other. Let's change its name to lead code 10. This will be uh, this will be basically finance. I always like to keep my chats organized. Mm, so it's all the daily problem. I actually tried solving it early in the day, but I couldn't. And I also watched a video regarding it. So I want to try because I've already seen the solution. I just need to uh, remember the exact parts and code it out. So this is what I did. This is like a very bad solution. It's brute force and it doesn't work. I'll have to redo the question on the pattern which I came to understand. And then, yeah, that's what we have to do. So, You'll also need to have the sum as well. Because the question, I didn't read it to you guys, so let me read it once again for you. It's basically asking concatenate non-zero digits and multiply by sum. We are given a string or s of length m consisting of digits. You are also given 2D integer array queries L1 से R1 तक. Now for each query of like for each particular row of query, we have to form a new integer x by concatenating all the zero digits from the substring in the original order. If there are no, then zero. Let's say. Basically, we have to do from like for this, for the first row, we have to take the uh, characters from 0 to 7 index, concatenate them. X will be 124. Then we will calculate their sum, multiply them, and store them in a vector. Sounds pretty simple, right? And then we have to do this for this and this. Now the problem comes because of the constraints, because it's 10 to the power 5. And if the S of length is 10 to the power 5 and query's length is 10 to the power 5, and in the worst case, it will be both of this multiplication, which is 10 to the power 10. And a modern machine can go up to 10 to the power 8 operations. So this is 100 times than that. So it won't work. So I'm trying to find a approach which is of big O of n. That's what I'm trying. Big O of n means which works for around 10 to the power time complexity, 10 to the power 5 complexity. So yeah. So first I've created this array. This will basically tell me the digits which are there for a particular position. Like for example, from this will tell me that till this digit, 1, 2, 3 are the digits which are stored in the array, and till this integer still 1, 2, 3. Till this fuck till this still 1, 2, 3. Till this 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is doing the work of storing all the values. Next, need to have also the sum. So let's first quickly calculate the vector sum n comma 0. This is our second array. Second array. So for the first value of any sum will be equal to the value itself, right? So sum equals to s of 0 minus cat, and this is and I'm doing this to basically convert an integer, can convert a character into an integer, because s of 0 return like the first value of s, it's a character, and the character value is stored internally in a machine in ASCII code, which full form is ASCII American Standard something kind of. Basically, the values of characters are internally stored as numbers. That's all ASCII is about. So, and if we minus this minus ASCII by the ASCII value, if we minus this, if we minus this with this, basically both are characters and both are internally stored as integer numbers. So when the ASCII value of 1 is minus by ASCII value of 0, then the our final answer comes to be 1, which is the number itself. So that's why we are doing this. Now I will simply to not from 1 I n I plus plus sum of I equals to sum of I minus 1 plus s of I minus 0. So two arrays are done. Now we need count of digits. And all, you might think that why so many arrays are needed? Well, they are needed for this question. Actually, for an optimal solution, four arrays are needed in this question. And this came as a second rated question in the weekly contest. And I was one of the people who were banging their head solving this problem, getting it clearly. So yeah, brutal life, right? So now we will create another array. This will be count digits, digit count. Let's name it as digit count in comma zero once again. When the first, when the first we will have to store if s of zero minus zero is not equal to zero, then digit count of zero is already one. For int I equals to the one, I less than n, I plus plus. It's a very complex solution, to be honest. It seems easy, but it's a very complex solution. Even now, after coding the entire thing, I know I will get a tail. That's for sure. But that's to be expected from a tough solution, right? S of zero, S of zero, not S of zero, S of I minus zero is not equal to mm, not equal to zero, then it should count I equals to it should count I minus one plus else digit count I equals to digit count of I minus one. Now the fourth thing which we need an array for is basically to get hmm, like for example, if how can I show you? I can't show you. I don't have a stylus, so I can't actually show you. Sad, very sad, right? But at least let me vocalize it. Wait, let me. This is basically to optimize the solution because while being in a loop, if I will also calculate power of 10 comma 10 to the power 5, so it will take some time complexity away. It will take some more time complexity, and that's why to optimize this, this is basically an optimization. And this is the fourth array which we need to have. And now we will create a final loop which will run once throughout the whole array and which will give a correct answer. It's not a problem you can do as a beginner, right? I will also update a more like for those who don't know what does 1e9, it means it's basically mean like whenever you see something like 1e7 or 1e9, just replace e with a zero and take to the power the number written to the right side of it. Like 1e9, basically think of it as 10 to the power 9. 1e7, 10 to the power 7. So that's, and this is basically 10 to the power 9 plus a prime number plus 7. There is a particular reason why we add a prime number to the mod, and I actually don't know what that reason is, but there is a reason, and it's also given in the question as well. And now index equals to, we have to do digits digits of r minus digits of l minus 1 cross cross power 10 of or power 10 of power 10 of. First, let's calculate something once, one more thing. Then we can go to it. Int a equals to basically the number of digits we have to calculate the number of digits between L and R because that's the power to which we will have to raise 10 to. So first we will need to calculate the number of digits between L and R, the number of non-zero digits between L and R. Are we still getting it clearly? I just fail to understand. Like, why are we still getting a TLE? Oh, fuck. Gets me so annoyed. So we will have to basically change and this and yeah, we'll have to change all three. This is true if L is not equal to uh, I don't think we need a mod here. Say yes to heaven. Say yes to me. I come higher. I'm annoyed by this problem. I'm hella annoyed. How can I explain this problem when I can't even clear the test cases and make a solution that's acceptable at the very least. Uh, I've done this mod, but it's getting out of bound right here. How do I? Should I just? That won't solve the problem. I don't remember the operative precedence between cross and not of. There are so many bugs. I'm annoyed. I'm hella annoyed. If this doesn't get solved in the next 5 minutes, I would just copy paste the solution from a tutorial. There is one more where I have not multiplied. Where hats off to those people who actually fuck you, fuck you. Was there a negative solution? And why, of all cases, is this solution not working? It shouldn't be true. Why is there a minus value? Why? I'm then coming to the point of actually doing and just copy pasting solution. I'm from a fucking tier 3 college, right? I'm done. Done with this freaking question. I'm actually done. Now's the right time to actually copy paste code. Now's a very good time. I like I was one of those people who always through sheer luck and just how good I was as a student, I always got into the best class. And when I entered a tier three college, like my expectations of even a normal college was this, and it dropped to this. So what can be done? We have to, get around with it. It's not, there's nothing much we can do. Uh, Thanks, I love you. Okay, so this is how a poll works. So first, let's solve this. So I was actually understanding the problem from watching his video, and he explained it in a very good way. Like I was able to understand the concept, but I'm still not able to get the code right.
अगर जीरो रहा तब
That's the problem. I don't want copyright. I love you, whoever you are. I just want to see what the solution is for this particular problem. Fuck you, Grammarly. We don't want you around, Grammarly. You are annoying, Grammarly. Who wants to check for English on GitHub? Grammarly, you are dumb. Why doesn't it go up? We try and paste the solution first so that I at least know that it works. And then you will try to understand that why this works. Why is GitHub so slow always? It goes so slow. Yeah, yeah. Solve the problem. Very happy. So let's understand basically why this worked. So first of all, he did the basic stuff, which is int mod x equals to e to the power 9 basic type def, which basically means that long will be seen as LL and some multiplier basic. So he created, like just saw him and I copied his. He created four arrays, non-zero count, numbers found when non-zero digits in gave some. Uh, Why is this not formatted? Formatted Leetcode for me. Format this code Leetcode. Leetcode, you are dumb. Uh, he basically checked this. I should have also checked this individually. means that this code is so big that I'm also not able to understand. Like the main thing I think that was getting TLA was this because I wasn't able to write this one equation. And it's like first do this mod, then add this mod. There's a particular like this is what ChatGPT was trying to understand, make me understand, but I wasn't able to understand this. But that's fine. We will learn with time. As time grows, we will learn this as well. So there's nothing to worry. Now let's go on to uh, let's do chat code forces. I also understood this problem. This comparison string. Fuck you, Geo. Fuck you, Geo. Fuck you, Reliance. You can't even let me stream peacefully. Can't let an unemployed guy stream peacefully while learning. Very bad of you. Unsorted permutation. Why am I still seeing tags? I removed them. So why am I still seeing the tags? Hmm. You are given an unsorted permutation P1, P2, P3 to sort the permutation. You choose a constant k which is greater or than or equal to 1 and do some operation on the permutation. In one operation, you can choose two integers I and j, and I should be actually greater than j, and they can't be equal, such that I minus j is equal to k. Swap pi and pj. What is the maximum value of k that you can choose to sort the given permutation? A permutation is an array consisting of n distinct characters from 1 to n in arbitrary order. For example, there's a permutation, but this is not. Uh, an unsorted permutation, a permutation is permutation such that there is at least one position I that satisfies pi is not equal to I. Okay, and I is I'm assuming starting from 1. So I is from 1 to n, and the permutation I is from 1 to n. and it is an unsorted permutation. So that means that the values will be from 1 to n in arbitrary order. It won't be sorted, and we have to sort them. To sort the permutation, you choose a constant k and do some operations on the permutation. In one operation, you choose two integers I and j such that j is less than I, such that I minus j is equals to k. Since k is at least 1, I minus j, I will always be greater than j. Please proceed. That's not decent. It's fucking traumatic. Like you just don't understand. I wanted to go to a freaking IIT, and like I had this misconception basically that in like I was good in studies, like that much I knew. And the one thing for why I couldn't clear J was basically I had this bubble in my mind that uh you basically study the same thing in every college, so it doesn't matter where you study. And that's why I thought that that's why I didn't give my all in JEE because I thought that it doesn't matter, right? Because the study will be the same, and I believe in myself that I will study still the same amount in irrespective of the college in which I am. But that's totally wrong because it's not just about the study, it's about the kind of people you meet in a different place. There's a particular reason why people go to cities like San Francisco in USA or Bangalore in India. And why is that? Because for them, the right kind of people, they can meet the right kind of people there. And that's what. Yeah, now we know it matters. And every day, like I'm starting to lose my sleep because of the hellish trauma I get just from the sheer fact that I go to a tier. I can't even say that it's a tier three college. It's even below than that. And now I know. Now I really do know that it matters a lot. The kind of people you meet totally change. Like in this particular college, I talk to no one, like no one. Because why? Simply because I don't think that they are at my level. I think that I'm better than that. And you might say that that's egoistical and that's bad. That's not humane. But I am not a humane person. I'm very inhumane. I'm very different. My mother likes to say that I'm an animal, not a human, because I don't have that humane side to me. And that's true. So yeah, that's why I don't like to even say that I attend this freaking college. I just don't. And if I can land a good internship the next year, like in any big tech or a reasonably good internship, then I would just drop out. Like that's the plan for now. And that's why I'm trying multiple things to earn some sort of money. Like I'm even doing Substack. I post daily Substack essay, not daily. I post Substack essays, which I personally take around 15 to 20 hours to write them, and they are really good in my opinion. And I do that. I try to make YouTube videos. I regularly try to do CP. I also try to learn I also try to learn, computer science, but I'm really bad at it because, like, I need someone to particularly tell me that do this, and then I will do that. But in building, it's basically you have to think about a certain project which you need to take, and you have to build it. And with no guidance, I'm very bad at it. So that's why I do CP a lot, but I'm still not quite starting with learning any particular skill in computer science. Like I purchased a course on ML and I was like basically I had stopped it to first learn TypeScript in Next.js, but I was thinking that shit, I'm not even learning this Next.js TypeScript and not building any web development projects. And here I am also not doing, I'm procrastinating on the ML course, so I should just learn the ML course. And so yesterday night I decided that I will at least revise some Python libraries like NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Pandas, so that I can start to tinker with the stuff. But I didn't. I was basically editing. I was today basically editing a reel on Premiere before going to help in my father's business. So yeah, and now I'm streaming. So even today is gone, and I wasn't able to revise the libraries. So that's pretty sad. I should get back to coding. But yeah, and yeah, makes me sad a lot. But you can't do anything about it. You really can't do anything about your college. You can't change the past. The only thing you can do is learn from it. I like. You should go and study. Yeah, keep working. My one observation was that, like, the difference between the first largest and the second largest is one basically. So the answer is one. The difference between uh, the Okay, this is start. Just to this and I should speak to you. Yes. So basically, the hint is saying that like for three, like the sortable position of three would be here. The difference between I like one and three is two. So the k must be so that three minus one two should be a uh, multiple of should divide well up k should divide that basically. So what about this? Should be try for fourth one as well because I'm still confused. I'm trying to try it on all these cases on my copy. So if we store everything as set, uh, we don't even need this slide, to be honest. We don't need this. We need a set basically. Which type of a set we need? Set. We need a normal set. We need a set that's and uh, so now basically we are on the stage in which we have all like calculated the possible values of which the answer could be. Now we just have to calculate the least common multiple which divides them all. And I'm not able to come up with an algorithm which does that. Let's think some more before some. Uh, Basically, this is the answer, or rather, this is k equals to uh, absolute k element difference, and then we will have to return the it won't run, it won't pass it to fail. Like it's taking so long, and whenever it takes this long, that used to be everywhere basically. So just take it as we I'm gonna clear this start and rest of my but LL was cleared this obviously. Uh, that's funny. First of all, so the classic like the this is a syntax type error because I've created a LL of B, but I've not specified its length. So whenever I'm doing Cn of V of zero, it's basically telling that there is no zero, there is no ith index because we have not specified. If we want to make this work, then we'll have to do like int x, then Cn x, and then we have to do v dot pushback. That's the difference. Like we use pushback when our our when we have five uh, when we don't have the particular index on which we need to place it. So at least we get the results, and yeah, they are quite disastrous. It's a relatively big but not too big example. Let's take this right, and let's think about like wow, what the solution came up with. Like for this particular test case, like for the third test case, the solution should have been three, right? And now let's see what our solution came up with. Equals to absolute of 0 minus p of 0, which is 4, minus 1, which is 3. So k equals to absolute of 0 minus 3, which is minus 3, but absolute. So k equals to 3, right? Now, yeah, I will have to do first of all, this is one mistake. Now let's go. Now I starts from 2. So the difference is absolute of 1 minus v of I, which is 2 minus 1. Absolute equals to 1 minus 1, which is 0. Two shouldn't be on zero. Two should be on one, right? How can I? Zero, so we get what's actually two minus six minus three, which is also true. Then seven, three minus one, minus six, which also works. Then it's five, four minus five minus one, minus zero. Why doesn't this? No, it's why it's six as an answer. What case does answer comes to be six? I think again the difference will get zero, which I don't want to. Like, shouldn't be zero. So that means I need to do some modulus to minimum. Then all answers will be zero because all the positions which don't need to be changed or don't need to be swapped, the difference will be zero. But if that is true, then we can just do that. If difference is not equal to zero, in that case, we can just do this. This equals to max of difference, and we don't need actually max because we need min. We basically need the minimum number of uh, the minimum set of the minimum integer which can divide all the differences. Please make this work, holy god. And so the first three answers were correct, and this was wrong. And okay, this can be zero as well, right? Uh, that that's something which I didn't think about. Like it's not working only on those cases in which it's the one is already there. So for that we can that we even need to do this in the first place. We can do this as zero. We can do this entire operation and we can just declare it as long max. But I don't remember what what is the maximum value. How to write the maximum value of long AI for int. It's basically I remember L and then a longer and then underscore and max. Yeah, I was right. I still wanted to check. Uh, please work. It works. It works. Finally works. one eight two eight B. Honestly, I will even if it submits, I will have to read the tutorial because I wasn't the one who came up with this solution. This one. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT why our solution is actually wrong. So we had to take the greatest common divisor. But if you think about that, then the greatest form, what does even a GCD means? Basic, greatest common divisor basically means LCM, right? We have to take LCM, and that's what something which I constantly understand. Like, if you choose a fixed k, every swap is between I and I minus k. So every move changes an element's position by exactly k. Yes, yes. Format and what does this imply? Suppose an element is correctly at position I, but it belongs at position pi. Its required movement is I minus pi minus 1. For this movement to be possible, uh, A should be able to divide every required distance. This pipe symbol basically means that this. What does the pipe symbol even mean? You will see that. K must divide every required distance. Yeah. What is the largest number that divides all distance? That exactly is the definition of GCD. If the distance are 246 and GCD is 2, you cannot choose K. 4 first 4 doesn't divide 2. Right? Why does my code fail? Because it does minimum, which computes the minimum non-zero distance. Just wrong, but the answer is GCD of all non-zero distances. And okay, yeah. Instead of this, we have to do this. Okay. So okay. So this is one of those things. What is peer list? Work is the only thing that works. Oh, I will definitely create this. This looks cool. We'll definitely create that peer list. We'll definitely create that peer list. And no chick chick. Okay. Should go study. We are in a competition, remember? Uh, So basically, I didn't know that GCD there is a function which actually uh, gives me the greatest common divisor. I will also need to understand how to calculate it myself because if I can't do that, then what can I even do? Yeah, let's first learn this, then read the tutorial and also learn how can I manually, what is it, was not declared. We have to create a function for that. Both are same basically. Oh fuck, this is something which I learned. Yeah, while browsing through Wikipedia, I learned this particular thing that GCD of A comma B is basically GCD of B comma A mod B. There is so much to learn. People say that there is nothing to learn. GCD B comma A mod B. So this is a good thing which we learned, and we can remember this as well. Yes, LCM is not GCD. These are the least common multiple, but isn't that no? No. Oh, basically, GCD is the least common number which divides both the thing 12 and 18 with 12 and 18 is 6, and then 12 LCM is basically the first common element which gets divided by both of the numbers. Okay. How do I upgrade my compiler? I can obviously do that. I can obviously create a GCD function, but we will take a detour and actually install this as well. It's pretty dumb that I don't have this already. And that's why there is always a line of my next one. Move, go move. Let's try this. Uh, so it works. So basically, we have to do GCD, and GCD is basically greatest common divisor. The smallest number, the greatest number which divides like every number possible on which we are operating the GCD. And we can do GCD simply by either in C++ using the GCD function or by doing GCD like by running a recursive loop of GCD in which we do b comma a modulus b uh, until the value becomes the second value becomes zero. Then the other value which remaining the remaining value is equal to the final answer. So that's what we had to do. And now we'll have to no, we can just let it run in the background and while I can use the next problem as well, right? Because we shouldn't waste time. But I'm not happy with the way problems are going. I'm not able to solve any problem. And it's like I want to bang my head in the wall. Yeah, this is slow down. Oh, it's a 1 GB. I shouldn't particularly show. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't let anyone see this on stream. Yeah, you'll see something else. Uh, you can see this code. You can see this problem and think about it while I'm actually seeing, while I'm doing this entire VS Code setup. And then we will solve this problem together, obviously. But let me first fix this issue, right? This issue. And, I'm still not able to solve the freaking problem. How will I be a good engineer? By the way, I'm still solving this compiler problem. If anyone is thinking that I'm goofing off, I'm not goofing off actually. So I was actually able to solve the problem. Finally able to solve the problem. But now I'm finally able to. I was finally able to solve this problem. And now the earlier code which was accepted is now like it's running. So that's good. Now we can get back to problem solving. So basically, there were two. Uh, the problem that was coming was so basically the problem that was coming is that the path of the old MinGW, the GCC compiler, the old version had uh, uh, it was like it was before like in environment variables there are two types of path, the user path and the system path, and we need to change both basically. Like I was basically changing the user path which I which I created myself. I was deleting the old one and then adding the new one. But the system one I didn't change that. So basically that was the issue. Because I hadn't changed that, the system didn't know to check for a new one. And that was the problem, basically. And now we can go back to problem solving once again. Testing. My sounds can also be shared. So yeah, let's start once again. It still works like even in the age of AI and everything. Uh, this is a website. It reminds everyone of 2000 era. Like this is still a website and it's fully functional. I got uh, I got from here. I got my file. So yeah, basically we have to get back on track and we have to let me also notify ChatGPT that it worked. It worked. Thanks, man. It worked. So obviously, I'm a good person. I will thank ChatGPT like he's a human. Every one of us are, right? This is a difficult problem. And C++ college. And there is still this. But this shouldn't come like now, right? Why it's still coming? What was the problem statement? Uh, I will to remember previous problem statement called permutation swap. So it should start by P. And I'm just once more checking that this is working, right? Yeah, I would have been like really annoyed if I would have wasted all this time for nothing once again. By the way, I still don't know why I have to write this. I should probably learn that. Yeah, let's get serious. We haven't learned much to be honest. Like we've only solved one problem. It's already 10 in the night, and but we can make the case that obviously I started late. I started streaming around 7:40. So theoretically, practically I've been only studying for around 2 hours 20 minutes. But whatever. change all elements in that range. Array to k with the sum of the array dot queries are independent and they do not like after one query the answer resets to the original value which was given by the user. Each disk contains multiple cases. It must use the same number of test cases. The description of the test case is follows. First line of each test case contains two integers n and q, the length of the array and the number of queries. The second line of each test case consists of n integers ai, the basically the array. The next few lines of each test case consist of three integers lrk, the queries basically, and there will be a double loop. Now there has to be two loops, right? And inside each loop, I think I will be able to handle this problem. No, obviously, that's just bullshit talk on my part. Hmm. The array should be like taken care of outside the user won't be given the array every time. So synthetically, and if you don't write n comma 0, then it automatically converts into it automatically means the same. But if we don't write n comma 0 and only write n, then that means the same thing. Okay. Just give a clearly like t is also to the power of 4 and q is also to the power of 5, but we will need to have that. So basically, this all this jam, what is the uh, all this work needs to be in constant and complexity. Obviously, this won't work. I'm still doing this just to prove a point. This won't work. Why am I even coding this when I know that it won't work? Oh yeah, even error. Okay, that's not the right way. That's not the right. Oh no, that's not how we finish degree. Initializing. I obviously know that initializing variable means just writing int a and declaring a variable means a equals to 5, a equals to 10, but I'm just saying because I'm curious, I guess. Uh, yes. See, basically what I told was wrong. Declared declared means that a value has been declared, but we don't have the value of that value. We don't have the value of that variable. And initializing means to initialize means to set the value to something. So see, you should quite sometime you should sometimes actually do check the things, do double check the things you are very care you are 100% sure about. Let's see. Past, obviously past, because even though it's brute force and it won't be submitted, but it's still the correct uh it's it's still the correct what we can say approach. No, it's still the correct. Yeah, it just won't it just won't work because it's like too slow. That's why it was a D-rated question. I'm probably sure it's Before DD2, but still, this can't work. Just at some point there will be a TL. And the TL is coming. The problem would have been very simple if there was no TL, because I didn't really solve anything. I just brute forced my way. Like this is basically brute forcing my way. And even in the worst case, this complexity comes to be around big O of n cube. And when you see the constraints, like in the worst case, it's equal to n. R can be equal to n, and L can be equal to 1. So we take the entire array, right? So that's 10 to the power 5. Then the just think the k is also very big, and but that doesn't. But but like k doesn't matter. But this and this matters now, because it's already 10 to the power 4, so only 10 to the power 4, and 10 to the power 9, and then 10 to the power 14, which is obviously way higher than any modern computer can take. At least this is what I read. Don't kill me. Your computer can take a much larger value and still run. So obviously we have to delete this first. This, this part is correct, so I don't want to delete it, but it's tatha. It's a ritual that we have to delete everything before starting. We have to get a blank slate always. What? No value for 1, 4. Why? Odd plus odd. Odd plus odd keeps even. Oh yeah, it's even. I'm sorry. In my copy, I wrote odd plus odd equals to odd. My intellect, bro. Odd and zero sides. So in this solution, the odd character is basically 3 times, and the even is 2 times. Odd should be more than even. Actually, odd should be odd number of times. Why? Odd should be odd number of times. Because if odd will be even number of times, uh, if odd is odd number of times, then there will at the end be at least one. And yeah, see, odd is not 3. Yeah, odd is only 1. So yes. Yeah, odd is all 5. And so the 5, which is still odd. And here odd was 4, so no. And here odd is 3. Now the problem comes that the solution, like the thought thinking process is number of odd characters in array is odd, then we get yes. Now the big question comes that how will we let's we will play with that we will mostly play with 1 or 2 arrays. I'm quite sure of that. We will play with 1 or 2 arrays. We had to change from L plus one, right? This switch. No, no, we had to change from L itself. Hmm. Because I'm basically like the question indexes from one to n, and I'm originally indexing from zero to n minus one. हाँ हाँ अभी नहीं खाएंगे अभी नहीं खाएंगे बाहर आएंगे क्योंकि हाँ तो अभी भी बाहर आए हैं Mhm. I'm cooking up a solution, but I'm just not thinking if it will work or not. So basically, entire array had odd count of two. From L to R, to R, one, one, two, we intersected value three, which is odd. Yeah, let's see how to do it. Like, or after struggling for what seems like an eternity, we finally think about that. The solution is the like better approach, I guess. I can think about it for quite some for more time, but I don't think that that would be productive at all. I don't know who was even like watching. It was that one guy who's watching, just seeing me bang my head and seeing me sigh after every 5 seconds. Oh, that guy just left. Uh, uh, okay, that's a good, pretty neat technique, to be honest. I didn't think about that at all. So first, we will have to. Okay, okay. Return this can process. Okay. And prefix some and the first prefix some we uh, zero, 4, 5, and 8. That's not true. 2, 3, 4, 6, 0, 4. I feel like I'm writing like since morning. I'm only writing one algorithm, and that's prefix sum. So this will give us the prefix sum. We have basically uh, make our answer LL answer equals to how will we get that answer? We will have to take no. We can just calculate uh, how will we get just this value. Like if L is 1 and R is 2, this basically means then we have to add L and R. So 2 plus 5 plus 7. So 7 should be the answer. But we will have to 2 plus 10 and plus I can't I even think about like we have to get AR plus 1 till n. So we have to get 2 and 3, 5 and then 2, 7. Oh, thanks. Some plus this. Like, why did he even take us home? What good does this sum do? Uh, why does this program looks no, it's not complicated. It's like I'm thinking, I'm thinking, where did he even use this sum of I equals to uh, root of I minus 1, then root of I is plus root of three of I. Why didn't he write this in one line? And what's the use of this? So then he does long no answer f of n, root of n minus f of r minus f of l minus. Oh, fuck me if I remember. Like from the entire f of n to remove a particular thing, we had to remove f of r minus f of l minus 1. And I was doing this question itself, like the lead code question, like this used that entire same concept, and I still wasn't. It infuriates me to no extent. Like how how can I not understand this? How can I not understand this? Minus three. So yeah. But why does it work? Let's wait a minute and let's slow down and actually understand it. From this entire reduce, let's take L was 1 and R is 2. From 10 we reduce uh, this value, reduce value, this value. And so 5 minus 2 becomes 3. And uh, let's first solve this question and then ask ChatGPT to make us understand this in a simpler way. Like that's all I can do. I'm just hooked. I'm just like, no, I can't even. Plus R minus L plus 1 plus K. Star modulus K not equal to 0. CR plus So now this has to work. Please God make this work. And then, oh yeah, obviously it's not pref, it's PS. Yes, 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 no, yes, 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 yes. Why? Uh, uh, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? There should be first of all L minus one. That's one thing which is wrong. What's another? What's never says this wrong? Not a thing. So I can move on, baby down. Why is this not working? A very uh, here should be a minus one, which is true. We already reduced L and R as they were in accordance with one to n. So this should work, and it's not working for some reason. And I'm not able to understand that why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? Oh, yeah. But that's something which he should have also checked. Why didn't he check that? Uh, never checked it. How could his code run no, like don't know, seriously? I will do the man like just one video. Fuck your sorry ass. Do it entirely on my own. Very long story just to see where he was to see this story. So, oh, sorry. Oh, walking by. Oh, it's 1807. Finally, 2000 million. Like, could, yeah, that was the brute force which I thought of. Thinking I'm so smart. Obviously, I'm not. Not the next contest. I'm actually thinking of it. 4 days from now. Basically, for those who can't say, it's on Sunday, 8 p.m. down to. Okay, so let's get back at the problem. And first of all, understand that approach which instead of a prefix sum of size and make it size n plus 1 or entire equals to 0, yes, I plus 1 plus p of I plus p f or ps ar or yeah, theoretically it should work. And then simply as interval increases by 1. Okay. Basically, what they are saying is that we shift the entire array to n plus 1. Thus, the only change which will we have is our window will change from r to l minus 1 and it will change to r plus 1 to l. And in that case, we will have to, like, there particularly won't be any case where uh, l gets minus 1. L gets to minus 1. Then our query will become something. Won't it be a problem if r reaches to n? But R will never reach to n. Why? R will never reach to n. Because I've already done R minus minus. Uh, Somewhere the logic is not, logicking. Somewhere it's not working. But uh, this push and extend this part. Where basically removing this code ranges PR responding. Yeah, something of that sort. So basically, we were half able to do this problem and half able to do the other problem. Everything got done half by us. But yeah, that's all there is to it. Peace.